Welcome back to Momentous Struggle, a Star Wars Shatterpoint podcast and other games as well-ish type thing. So this week, Aubrey and I are going to be talking about Baylon and his box. Since last time the two of us were actually together, we talked about the Morgan box. So yeah, we'll go ahead and kind of jump on into it. Aubrey, how are you doing today? We're actually recording like on a Friday afternoon because you're not going to be available on Sunday. And it's also Mother's Day weekend, so probably would be good for us to not be recording on Mother's Day. So,
oh, good.
You didn't think
good
about
job.
that, did you?
Good job, me. Hey, I'm already doing the Mother's Day thing. I'm taking the fiance. This is my weekend, dear listeners. I am tomorrow morning driving to Vegas very early in the morning so Talia can compete in a pool tournament, billiards, not swimming, because sometimes people ask me that. And then we're driving from Vegas to Williams because they're doing the I don't actually know what we're doing, but putting her grandmother's ashes to rest in whatever capacity that means. I don't know. So kind of a rough maybe way to spend Mother's Day, but I'm playing support role this weekend. So I was like,
we'll
Todd,
call it a celebration of life, and that's always good.
There you go. There we go. I'm like, I don't know what you call this thing. Like because they already had to be clear, they already had the funeral / memorial / celebration of life / insert name here, and now we're just doing the ceremony at the burial plot with because I think her parents both have burial plots there in Williams. So anyway, long story short, I'm very busy. So yeah, I kind of forgot it was Mother's Day. It's all right. I told the kids to take care of their mom. I did my job. My job is to remind the kids to do something for their mama, and I did that already. So
that's the nice thing about especially like my youngest is 9 and in elementary school. So they always like make things for their mom in elementary school. Like she brought home like a flower thing, like she grew a flower in class or something. So there's that going on.
Oh, cool.
So like, okay, well, yeah. So they like always. That's one thing. Moms always especially because Mother's Day is always during the school year. They always get that there. Don't worry about Dad's Day. No, that doesn't. We're second fiddle as always, so that's all right.
That's how it should be. We get a barbecue, and half the time we're the one doing the barbecuing. That's all right. It's okay.
Yep, fair enough. Well, I know. I mean, so I think okay. So I know if people are in the Discord, they probably know kind of what was going on with me, or if they listened to the last podcast, my car literally blew up on the way to Denver to try and live stream the Rocky Mountain Open, which didn't happen because basically the easiest way to explain it is the spark plug in one of the cylinders literally exploded and sent basically shrapnel down into the cylinder, which basically destroyed the engine. And for some reason on a Ford Fusion, the replacement of the engine would be $16,000. So at that point, I just was like, it doesn't make any sense to fix that. I'll just go get another car. So that was yeah. So that was interesting. Unfortunately, didn't get to live stream last weekend like I was hoping to. We got about halfway there, like in a little town called Blanding, Utah. Like right outside of that town, the car exploded, and luckily it was like only like a 2-mile limp to get to a shop. And we had lunch there because I went with Andrew, like you said on the last one, and Austin was supposed to be going with me as well, and yeah, we didn't make it there at all. Just basically like kind of like just after a couple of hours in a shop, we're just like, okay, you know what? Let's just try and get back to Phoenix and call it a day.
I just have one question, Todd. Who's this Austin guy you're talking about? I mean, I know Dane's brother.
I'm sorry, that's Dane's brother. Yes, that's Dane's brother. Yes. But yeah, so it was an interesting weekend to say the least. But we ended up got back and did that. So that was my lack of Shatterpointing or anything thereof. I know you had the event the past weekend, and you and Andrew kind of talked about that. But outside of that, any other Shatterpoint or related hobbies that you've been doing?
I mean, I guess running the the 3D printer counts. I finally got around to printing. Malediction, another skirmish game that's kind of like Magic and Shatterpoint had an awesome, cool baby. You should try it out. Uh, they require some pretty large pieces of terrain because they have these sizes. They have small, medium, and large terrain for like each of their factions. It's like faction coded, sort of. And so I lit like half a roll of filament on fire and printed, at least for me, the longest printing job I've ever had. It took a full 24 hours of uninterrupted printing to get the large terrain piece for one of these factions printed, and the whole time I'm like, oh god, please don't fail, oh god, please don't fail. I don't want to start a 400 gram, because a roll is a kilogram, so like, I mean it, 400 gram print job again. You saw it when you came over with terrain, like it had all these supports all spidering out from it, and I'm like, please just be successful, please just be successful. And it was, as long as I don't mess up removing the supports, because you were watching me, and I'm like, nope, we gotta switch to the clippers. I can't just break these off. There's
don't
much.
just break those off, especially if like you have to, if you break it off and have to reprint, it's another 24 hours or super glue job to try and put it back together. So I would strike down. Well, yeah, and for those that don't understand, like in Malediction, the terrain is really important because that's actually part of the game, is deploying the terrain onto the field as you like to set up the game. That's actually part of the game. So it's pretty neat, like how they incorporate building the mat that you play, or the map that you play on, as part of the setup of the game. It's pretty unique that way.
Yeah, the other detail is every terrain gives a faction buff. Like the aggressive one gives like extra movement so you can get your guys up the board, and like the spellcaster one decreases the cost of your spells when your unit is standing on the terrain, because they have a lot of flat pieces, or you just have to be like touching the terrain. And so it's really interesting because you draft the terrain and set up the table before you know where you're going to deploy, like what part of the table you're going to be deploying from. So it's interesting because you can't just be like, all right, I know I'm going to be in this corner, so I'm going to deploy all my terrain here so I have it. No. You got to like spread it out around the table because you might get deployed into not as good of a spot, and then you need your terrain nearby.
Yeah, no, it's very interesting how the game. So, but yeah, I'm glad that at least you were successful in that. I know. So for myself, I have been painting the Legion. I have the Legion Rebel starter kit. So I've been doing some painting there. I actually was shared some of the pictures. I've been working on the Wookiees right now and getting those guys painted up, which is pretty cool. I've been enjoying painting those guys because right now I don't really have a lot of Shatterpoint stuff to paint until the Baylon and Morgan box come out. I mean, I have some like other boxes I probably could be painting, but nothing that I'm like really jumping out like, oh, I want to get these painted. So I just figured to paint those, and because I do want to get a learning game in of Legion at some point in time, because I know that there's quite a few people locally. We have the oh my gosh, the why am I drawing a blank?
Not Inferno Squad. Inferno Squad.
Thank you.
Not Phoenix Squadron, because Phoenix Squadron's the SWU one.
Right. Yeah, Legion, the Legion, the Inferno Squadron guys are all out here, and they're a huge Legion community for sure. So I was going to get a game with one of those guys at some point in time to try and at least give the game a shot, since I have the starter kit and everything, or the Rebel starter set. So it should be pretty cool.
Yeah, I'm excited. Talking about Legion, I guess one thing I don't think I mentioned on last week's cast, because it's kind of weird because we did the event and then I recorded. Usually we would record and then there would be an event, but the last weekend went sideways multiple times for everyone.
Yes, for everyone,
especially
for sure.
Especially one of us who had to get a new car, as opposed to me who just had to schedule things. One of these is not like the other. But anyway, I got a deal on I was at the shop at Gamers Guild. They have like a clearance area where like if you get damaged boxes or stuff that's not moving, and so I was able to pick up. The guys told me they're like, oh, if you have the original starter set, there's a on sale like battle pack of like the updated cards over there, and there's some Republic Commandos that are also like on discount. Now, I mean, I think I saved like $10 altogether, but I'll take it. And so I
Right.
did pick up those, and I think if I'm not mistaken now, between everything that I have, I might. Well, I don't know. I don't know anything about list building, so I'll figure it out later. But I think I have a full Republic army now because I also got the Heroes of the Republic box that has like Cody and Anakin and the new Obi-Wan. Like this is silly, Todd. I have two Obi-Wans in a game I've only played one game in. Oh well.
Sounds accurate for most people that play miniature gaming, though. They just buy all of the stuff and are like, yes, I will play this. And eventually they might play it. So, no, I get it.
Hey, that Obi-Wan I got for free. That was the Adepticon swag bag. I just got lucky, but still,
fair
it's
enough.
funny. I have two Obi-Wans, and I mean, I guess I did play with Jared's Obi-Wan because that's what he brought Republic for me to learn to play. So I have played with an Obi-Wan in Legion. There you go.
That's good enough, I guess. That's good enough. But yeah, so no, I'm super excited for sure, to learn to play that game and everything along those lines. But it's like, what, I'm also really excited for hopefully at some point this month, like we still have what, 22 days left in this month, at the time of recording, something like that. Yeah, so we still have at least 3 weeks before we potentially could get the update to the list update or the card update and everything. So we'll see, but that should, I think, hopefully revitalize the game a little bit too once that comes out, and that'll be something exciting to talk about as well when that happens. But in the meantime, we can go ahead and talk about Mr. Baylon and his box that should be coming out. That comes out on the 22nd this month too, so that's just like less than 2 weeks away. Yeah, 2 weeks from the time that we're recording this, it gets released. So that'll be pretty cool too to see that come out as well. So we'll go ahead and kind of just jump in and talk about this guy and kind of what he's doing and everything along those lines. So Baylon is a 7-point cost squad point unit. He brings 3 force. He is a standalone unit. He has the tags of Force User, Mercenary, and Scoundrel, and only is in the New Republic era again. So again, really restricted on what he can bring with him in his squad. I found it interesting, like his tags is only Mercenary and Scoundrel, so that's pretty interesting.
No, I like it. It's clean. He's not Empire. He is just out there with his apprentice. He has no faith in the Jedi anymore, so he is not a Jedi, but he's not a Sith. He's his own. He is a one-man Force tradition, and it's reflected in the tags.
Right. Looking at his actual character card, though, and his abilities, he could use a lot of force when you start looking at his active abilities. So he has the first one called Power, Such as You've Never Dreamed. It's going to cost 2 force to use this ability. You choose a character in this unit and an enemy character within range 3 of that character. You pull the chosen enemy character range 2 towards the chosen allied character, then this character gains a hunker token. It's pretty cool with all of the different, that you get to displace somebody, but it's pricey.
I mean, this tracks. Most of these abilities are displacement abilities or 2 force, unless they're well, wait, no, the pull ones. Well, Maul's is 2, but Force Sisters is 1, but hers is doesn't give like another effect. So basically,
Right.
you're paying for spoilers, not just a hunker token, but what you're going to do next when we get to the identity.
Right. So yeah, I mean, it's interesting. It's nice. I mean, displacement's always good. Diceless displacement is always good, and I think we've known that that's always going to be important, and it is appropriately costed. But with him only bringing 3 force, and being so force needy, you're gonna want to have things that aren't wanting to utilize so much force in your unit. I mean, if you're going to want to use this, because you're probably going to want to use this, especially late game, to pull someone off of a point for sure.
Yep.
All right, so he has one more active ability that's called Force Enhanced Dexterity. Each character in this unit may dash. If any character dashes, this unit gains a hunker token. This unit may use this ability 2 times during its activation instead of the normal one, and it does cost a force.
I just am thinking about, again, it's hard to not just to talk about his identity already, but you can potentially, if you spend 4 force on his turn, he could have 3 hunker tokens before his attack, which will be relevant in a moment, friends, and
right.
Also, you'll have no force pool for your other 6 activations.
Right. Well, I mean, and granted, I think like there's going to be times where you might just use this ability twice. I could see this early game, if he's an early pull, you Force Enhanced Dexterity twice, do a move, and then all of a sudden you're pretty much wherever you want to be on the field, especially if you can hit a couple of egress points to get a little bit extra movement there too. So he can really get just about anywhere he wants on the board with this ability. It's going to be interesting. It's like very much like, I mean, it's not jumps, but it's very much like Dathomirian Dexterity or something along those lines, which allows the extra jump. So pretty mobile character, which I think is also going to be pretty relevant here.
Oh yeah, he can get wherever he needs to go. If you've got the force, you're not gonna be able to keep Baylon pinned. That's for sure. Because if nothing else, you just spend a force, remove the pin, and now he's coming at you.
Right, exactly. I mean, and we can talk about later on a list where he might make sense or something along those lines. So he has one innate ability. It's called Impatience for Victory, will guarantee defeat. At the start of another allied unit's activation, when it would remove its hunkers, it may choose not to. If it chooses not to remove its hunkers at the end of the activation, then you remove all the hunkers. Additionally, after setup, each time an opposing character claims a struggle card, each allied unit gains a hunker. There's something about hunkers with this guy.
It's almost like we need to read the identity. But in any event, this is wild to me because, all right, we have seen these play patterns more and more, especially with boss lists, but even Empire and Iden could do this with the, especially if they're running the infiltrate, oh god, I want to call them ISB, but it's the other one, ISF, mm-hmm. Right? Yeah, they're the infiltrate ones. But people could shoot into your deployment. It's not that hard to early turns to be just taking fire before you've even activated. And hey, here you go. Here's the first part. This gives you a little bit more defense against that situation. And then there's a reason that it removes all of its hunker tokens at the end of turn, because maybe you won't have any hunker tokens at the end of your turn. Yeah. I wonder why.
So you wanted to talk about the stance cards? Is that what you're saying? You wanted to move on to the stance cards?
No! Talk about the identity, Todd.
Okay, so a stance card, the first one we're going to talk about is form...
No, no, you skipped a step.
Oh, got it. Okay, so he does have an identity. One must destroy in order to create. And there's something about, so this has something to do with hunkers from what I understand. I think that's what you're kind of getting to here is allied units do not lose their hunker tokens when characters in this unit or in them become engaged and can gain and have hunkers while they are engaged characters. When a character in an allied unit makes an attack during the modified die step, it may remove one or more of its hunker tokens. If it does, you add expertise to the attack roll for each hunker removed. So that's pretty fantastic.
Yeah, because what? See, now I want to talk about the stance cards. All right, hang on, wait, we'll back up because once again, all right. So on this guy's first activation, and again, I'm going into Magic Happy Christmas Land. You will have, well, so it doesn't work on himself, the removing, he may not to, so he'll have a hunker. But, so actually, never mind. Let's go to somebody else's activation. They could, have the hunker from the beginning, take cover, get a second hunker. If they have another ability that gives them a hunker, they could have 3 hunker tokens. So, and then they could go and attack somebody. Like, if that, if all that works out in third range or whatever. Like, you start your attack with like 3 expertise, like 2 to 3 expertise on average. You're gonna potentially start your attack. Then you roll the dice. Okay. All right. This will be fine.
Right. It's pretty good. It's pretty darn good. All right. Well, let's go ahead and talk about his stance cards then here. So but he is allied to himself. So I mean that is the one thing to keep in mind is he all of this does apply to him as well. So it's like it's not another allied unit or anything along those lines. So it is nice that he is able to sit there and take advantage of his identity. But we'll start with looking at his Form 5 gem. So no range attack for him, so he doesn't have a lightsaber throw or anything along those lines. On that side, he does roll 8 attack dice, 5 and 5 on defense. His expertise here, 1 to 2 is a crit and a strike. 3 to 4 is 2 crits and a strike. 5 plus is 4 crits.
And remember, you could get, like, in theory, because yeah, and making sure to be clear, his innate, he can't keep his own, but the identity, it works on him, just because I know that can be confusing. But regardless of that, the dude could have, like, if you use all of his abilities and then, like, take cover attack, he could start with 4 expertise. Now, do I think that's the correct decision most of the time? Absolutely not. But in theory, you could start with 4 expertise and then be like, I wonder if on my 8 dice attack I roll 1 more expertise and then I've got 4 crits. Good luck, friend.
Right. Yeah. No, it's pretty fantastic. So he can definitely do that. And the reason why this is kind of important is he does a lot of damage on this side. He can do basically, what is it? It looks like 10 damage if he wants to, if he goes the top range. And that also does 1 shove and a disarm. If he goes the bottom way, it's basically, it's less damage. It's only 8 damage, but he does strain, expose, and a reposition. I mean, on top of the 2 dashes he can potentially do, plus a long movement, again, if he doesn't gets a melee attack, he can just be anywhere with this. It's insane how much he can do. I mean, so, I like the fact that, on he doesn't have a shove though until 4. I mean, but again, with having the ability to convert expertise, hunkers to expertise, and he's probably going to have at least 1 or 2 expertise at any given time. You're fine. It's interesting. I don't know. What do you think with that? Do you think he's somebody that's just, I mean, he just seems like a beat stick, especially looking at like these 2, like what we've seen so far with him.
Oh, yeah. I mean, he does have it in one respect. He's not just aggressive though, because like you could pull 1 model off of the point, just be like, nope, gone, bye, and then run up, attack the other model. So he can already affect, he could potentially affect 2 points, or take a point that's, normally if they've got 2-3 bodies on there, like it could be difficult to get him off. But like, not only is he a beat stick, but he's got a little bit of control elements to go with it. I'm like, this guy's, he's gonna be an offensive monster.
Right. So looking at his defensive expertise on this side actually can do damage, which is interesting. So he has aggressive defense. 1 to 2 expertise gets you just 1 block. 3 gets you 2 blocks and a damage. 4 plus gets you 2 blocks, a crit to a strike, and a damage. So it's pretty interesting there too that he has a defensive expertise that actually does damage.
And I was just gonna say, it's also interesting because, like, is Vader the only one who's done damage on defense? I'm trying to remember if anybody else has.
I believe that's the only one I can think of off the top of my head. I don't think there's anybody else really that also has done that. But again, pretty wild here what he can do.
Yeah, no, he's all offense. Because at the very least, I will say, if for some reason you choose, like, this can happen in games. Like, you don't have to keep all of your hunkers, and you don't have to use them all. Like, there's a chance he ends up with hunkers. I feel like they did a good job of making him not quite tanky. Like he's offensively awesome, but like 1 to 2 just gets you 1 block. 3 only gets you 2. It's all kind of undercosted, but I like that they. I'm pretty sure that's intentional with the fact that in theory there will be situations where you might just leave the hunkers on him to save up, and yeah, that's fine because his defense is only going to get him so far. So there's a lot of risk reward going on there.
Right. And then, so looking at the other stance card, I find this one pretty interesting as well. So this is the Form 6 Neiman. Basically, again, no range attack that he has. There's only 7 dice instead of the 8 on his melee. You do have 6 melee attack or defensive dice and 5 ranged again. So range is basically the same on both sides of this, but you're a little more defense. You got a little more defensive dice here. Looking at the defensive expertise, because I want to kind of start here since he has an extra dice. This is a little bit better on your defensive side. The expertise is, I think, I don't know. It's a little interesting. So one is just 1 block. 2 to 3 gets you a block and a crit to fail, and 4 plus gets you 2 blocks, crit to fail, and a heal. So pretty interesting there. How it basically, I don't know. The 2 to 3 only having 1 block seems rough, but it does also convert a crit to a fail. But if they don't have crits, you're kind of, it's a useless thing. So I don't know. I would have liked to see an extra block there potentially, but it is what it is.
And again, I think they're just counting on the whole fact that he's going to potentially have extra dice, and if he doesn't, okay, like that we know. I like the fact that Han and Chewie are pretty tanky with their health pool and can dish out a lot of damage, but their weakness is that if you can pour enough damage into them, they're definitely going to go down because their expertise is a little under. So I I'm hoping this is not another boss situation. Like this feels fair so far. Like you can
Right.
bring him down. You can make all those abilities cost too much. Like it feels like I don't want to be anywhere near Baylon, but if I can gunfire him down before he gets to me, maybe we'll get somewhere.
Yeah, the problem is he can get to you pretty easy. So looking at his expertise on his
Yeah, I'm
lightsaber that he
trying. I'm
has
trying.
here, right? On his lightsabers, 1 to 2 gets him a crit and a strike, just like on the other side. 3 gets you 1 crit, 2 strikes, and then 4 plus gets you 2 crits, 1 strike, and a disarm. So this is pretty interesting that it gives you a disarm there with the with that, especially again, you're probably having free expertise with this as well.
Yeah, yeah, no. And by the way, this side does like 8 damage too. Like this is the less aggro side with more shoves, and it's still a lot of damage you can delete. If you go full tree on this side, you can delete a lot of supports off the table. That's for sure.
Yeah, and it does have a shove on 1, a shove on 3, a shove on 5, which is interesting. So there are a lot more shoves. If you don't shove on 3, you could potentially get a free active ability with 2 damage on top of that. So you could, force enhanced dexterity, hope that you get, 3 down the tree, which is pretty easy when you're rolling 7 dice, plus maybe have an extra expertise or 2. Oh, and then by the way, then you can use power such as you've never dreamed. To basically pull someone off of a point and give them an expertise or something, give them another hunker or something. It's wild, man. So you do that, and that's on the tree. So I don't know, man. It's pretty interesting how you can sit there and utilize that just to give yourself a hunker back after you get rid of it.
Well, and this is the other thing, and like again, my memory not the best. I don't have all the stance cards memorized like some other players we know. But I'm used to the free ability kind of being by itself. I can't think of off the top of my head of any like getting a free ability plus. I'm sure there's probably one other out there somewhere, whatever. But bottom line, you not only do you get the free ability, but you get 2 damage too. Like this side, if you don't need shoves and like we're used to getting like 2 to 3 dice, and with his expertise stuff, you're probably getting at least 3. That's 5 damage a shove and a free ability. Like, calm down, Baylon.
Well, Kalani had on Kalani's. I think that came with 1 damage and the ability. But you remember,
Okay.
Kalani doesn't hit. Kalani never really hit that hard. If I remember, he was always kind of just. He was there to sit there and really support all of the units around him more than he was sitting there to be something that did a lot of damage. So he did get 1 on it, but yeah, Mother Talzin only hers was a standalone thing, so for sure. So it is, but I haven't seen someone with 2 damage and a free ability is pretty wild.
Right.
But and one of the things I noticed, like, so if you don't go the free ability route, you could end up going a route where he could potentially heal 4 on this side too, because he's on step 2. He has a spot where it has 2 heals and an expose. Step 3, if you don't go the free ability route, he has a shove, a heal, and a damage. And then on step 4 by itself is just a heal and a damage. So he's got a lot of healing that he can do here. Not a lot of condition stitching out. You can only potentially give an expose. But he does have a lot of shoves, a lot of heals potentially that he could do here. So it's interesting. Like I almost like this side of his card a little bit better simply because of what you can do with this. There's a lot of options and of things that you can do here with between the shoves and the potential free abilities, or if you need to heal it. It feels like this is more of a Swiss Army knife side of the card than his Demso side, which is more just, I'm going to come and hit you in the face and deal as much damage as possible.
Yeah, you're gonna want to keep this side in mind, because you're gonna want, just again talking about trying to make his stuff too expensive, take him down once. You're gonna want to focus fire on him, because if he manages to get an attack off and he's on the side and you've left him on 1, he could just drop down to 5. Like,
right.
Okay, all right, this just got a little harder.
Yeah, I mean, because he has 3 stamina, or I'm sorry, 10 stamina, 3 durability. So it's one of those where, yeah, you leave him on 1, all of a sudden he heals 4. It's like, okay, now you have to go and do all that work again and hope that you can sit there and drop him down again. So it's you're right. He can very easily make himself very sticky and very, not sticky, but like more durable just by being able to stay on the side and be like, oh, okay, I went 4 down my tree because, I had expertise. Oh, and by the way, I'm healing 4. And I shoved you away twice and exposed you.
Well, and actually, I just thought about it. I don't know if you're getting it, like you're not getting this all at once, but like, say he attacks and then you attack into him again, like trying to bring him down. So like you healed the 4, but then defensively on this side he also has another heal, so you have to be careful. Like if he spikes expertise defensively, which I don't know how that's gonna work with, like, it probably depends on if he has the hunkers on him or not, but which he's not as likely to, but it can happen. So you could he could heal 5 before you like try to take him down. Like, oh boy. Okay, all right.
Yeah, no, I mean, he seems really solid. It's really it's going to be interesting to see how he plays moving forward. So, yeah, so that's Baylon. I'm excited to see him. But I think one of the things that's more like really exciting in his box is also Shin Hati, the eager apprentice. Man, she looks solid. So she comes in at, she's 4 point cost, 0 force, so it doesn't bring any force to it. She is a force user, mercenary, and scoundrel, just like her master. So I'm excited with her because she seems like just a fun unit to play with. Her first active ability that she has is Furious Rush, which costs a force. So characters in this unit may jump, then choose an enemy, choose an enemy character engaged with 1 or more characters in this unit. The chosen character gains exposed. So you're probably, you can move, jump, expose somebody, and then go ahead and attack them. She's wild, man.
Yeah. No, so this feels silly for me to say, but I am kind of following Accuser's thought process, because Accuser was all excited about Shin Hati, and I'm like, but Baylon's right there. So then I looked at her card again after listening, because we kind of like skipped a week. Everybody's like, we're talking about the back to back, and we're like, we'll get to it, guys. Like we had some stuff happen
Right.
last weekend. And so like I've been trying not to like let it infect my opinion, but this is like, it's crazy. Like she basically she's like a mini armorer.
Mhm.
like let me just dash up, and then, oh, are we engaged? Cool. You're just exposed, not me. And oh, by the way, I'm probably almost always coming along with my master waiting in the wings. Let me just remove, a couple of hunker tokens, and now I'm hitting you for a whole bunch and you're exposed. Good luck with that.
Right. Right. No, I mean, right off the bat, she's amazing. I mean, and then she has two reactive abilities. The first one is called Train to be Something More, which does cost a force. After another allied force user unit makes a combat action, this unit may use this ability. One character in this unit may reposition or may gain hunker. Then this character may make a 5 dice attack targeting one of the same enemy units within range and line of sight. She's ridiculous.
Yeah, and the fact that this is a reposition or the hunker, like, oh, and by the way, everyone, most of the time when you have those identities where it's like, oh, I'm gonna give you this bonus during an attack, it says during combat action, so you don't get the bonus all the time. Everyone, might I direct you back to Baylon's card? His says when a character in an allied unit makes an attack. Just an attack. So if she's already in range, you're like, cool, let me give her a hunker. Oh, now I'm making a 5 dice attack, but I'm starting with, well, we'll just say 1 expertise, because who knows what else she has. But if she happens to have other hunkers on her, now it's like, cool, here you go. Let me make this 5 die hurt just a little bit harder.
Right. Yeah. No, it's fantastic. She's so great. I mean, and she wants to be in melee because if you look at her next ability, she's got riposte. So after a melee attack targeting her is resolved, if it has a failure, the attacking unit suffers 2 damage. We've seen riposte before, but it's still, she just wants to be in melee, beating the crap out of people like Sabine because that's what she does.
Oh, yeah, no. This Shin Hati's go stab people in the gut with a lightsaber and they ain't coming back.
Right. No, she's fantastic. Now, this ability, it's funny because like it seems like it's the first part of it is there to kind of hurt you maybe a little bit, but it says this unit can't. It's called Impatience. It's her innate ability. This unit cannot be placed in reserve. I don't know why you would ever want to place her in reserve because she's fantastic. Characters in this unit have immunity to pin and disarm. What? You can't pin or disarm this girl? That's gross. And then additionally, when this unit would spend one or more... I know, when she can spend 1 or more force to use an ability, it may remove 1 or more hunkers from itself. If it does, reduce the cost of the force for each hunker removed. So, oh, by the way, trained to be something more... A reactive ability, you could just remove a hunker if you wanted to use that ability to sit there and reposition and then gain the hunker back. If you're not going to be in range to make the 5 dice attack.
I wonder if the errata is going to be able to deal with this girl. I don't know.
She's fantastic. She really is. I mean, it's like the only thing is her error restriction.
Yeah, nope, that's it. Like the crazy thing is, normally this kind of model, obviously, she's right there with Baylon. Like she's a beatstick. Like her goal is to kind of stay with her master, or at least stay relatively nearby, because you got to target the same enemy character that Baylon is targeting, although you have a reposition, so maybe you don't have to be as close as I think. And then like normally I'd be like, okay, let's just pin disarmor. This girl's a beast. She can get wherever she can get. She's always gonna want to attack you. Let's pin disarmor. Oh, wait, I can't do that.
Right. No, you can't.
Now what?
You cannot. No, it's wild, man. It's wild. I mean, and it's the one thing is I mean, so I would say one thing that I've noticed is, I mean, you can't really. You're probably gonna want to pair her. I mean, you'll go kind of jumping forward to like that. You're kind of wanting to pair her with maybe 2 Force users if possible. She's coming in the box. She's already gonna have that Force the Force user within Baylon. So I mean, she's gonna be fantastic though. I definitely like what she's bringing to the table for sure. I think she's going to be the powerhouse of this unit, of this entire freaking box, really. I think Baylon's going to hit hard, but she's just going to do some amazing things, being able to do those out of activation attacks that she's going to be able to do every time Baylon does an attack, as long as you keep her close by.
Oh yeah, this feels very much coded for. I know I'm getting ahead of myself, but I'm thinking like Sabotage Showdown, where you've got your 2 lanes that you're going down. You're gonna send Bin and Bin. I just combined Baylon and Shin. Baylon and Shin is apparently Bin now. You're gonna send them down one corridor and just be monsters mowing through everything like that opening scene to the Ahsoka show, and then who cares what's happening on the other side? You're just gonna clean up all the way up and down the board.
Right. Yeah. No, it's gonna be pretty wild for sure. So, but I'm like I said, pretty exciting stuff there with both of them. What they're gonna be able to do. I think the mercenary scoundrel tags might be pretty important, in like depending on what you're building around with them. But let's look at the last thing that comes in the box. That's the HK-87 assassin droids. Those are going to have the nice thing about these guys. They're 3-point costs. They don't bring any force, but they have every single tag, or sorry, era, I should say. So they're Clone Wars, New Republic, Galactic Civil War, Reign of the Empire. Every era they could be played in, which is pretty cool. And they're 3 cost. They do have our droids, mercenary, and troopers. I would have loved if these guys had a battle droid tag. I understand why they don't, but that would have been cool to be able to play them with separatists.
No, Todd, no battle droid for you. No, no.
I would have loved it. Would have.
They're already scary.
They're very scary, and being able to be played in any era and only being 3-point cost means you can plug and play them anywhere you want, basically. So it's. Like I said, these guys are going to be fantastic just about anywhere you could. So it's going to be interesting. They have one of my favorite abilities on the trail as an active ability, which means that at the start of their activation, they just get a free dash. So they're really being able to move wherever they want to go, which is really cool. So then also they have a reactive ability called Avoidance Protocols. After an attack targeting a character in this unit is resolved, this unit may use this ability. This unit may remove all of its hunker tokens. Then, if 1 or more hunker tokens were removed, each character in this unit may dash. So they just have all sorts of movement. So the nice thing is if they have a hunker token on them, and if they're playing under Baylon, they didn't remove any, they can just sit there and reposition if they're shoved, or not reposition, but they can move back onto a point if they were shoved off of a point. So very, very cool.
Yeah. Yeah. I'm gonna hate these guys. I'm going to hate these guys. I can already tell because it'll be fine. It'll be fine.
Okay, then they have 2 innate abilities. The first one is Target Priority Protocols. When a character in this unit makes an attack targeting a primary unit, they add 2 attack dice. Just adding 2 attack dice to hit going after primaries. Pretty wild. And then the other one is, the other one is Unstoppable Machine. When a character in this unit is engaged with 1 or more enemy primary units, it has protection and steadfast. So these things just want to go hunt primaries all day long. It's really what they're there to do.
Yeah, the only thing that kind of bugs me about this card, and I'm not saying that they're bad or not good or anything, and it's probably insane, but I kind of wish they had some kind of thing where they blew themselves up or whatever, because that's what That's what happens, right? I think they were like carrying a bomb or whatever, but you know what I mean. I just wanted
Hmm.
I want to see a massive explosion, but
Well, at 7 stamina, 2 durability, I don't think it's going to be that hard. I mean, they have to be engaged with the primary to have that protection and steadfast. So if you just keep primaries away from them, they're going to die pretty easy to secondaries and supports at 7 durability, 2 stamina without having that protection and steadfast. They're going to still have hunkers, yes, but I mean, one attack, if you push them off a point, they're going to remove their hunkers and move on to a point or something like that because they have to remove all of their hunkers in order to sit there and move on to that point. So I think they're going to be. It seems like they can be pretty frail if you play around them properly.
Oh, yeah. No, I like to I feel like I know AMG game designers. They're iterating and they're learning things as they go. And while we are talking up this box a lot, very excited. Everyone's excited about it, and it feels very killy. It's very aggressively slanted. It still feels fair. It is not
Mhm.
defensive. These guys are not defensive. They're gonna go down. You're gonna want to plan for that because uh, most of the time they're probably not gonna have protection and steadfast. If I'm dealing with these guys, I'm gonna do my best to not send my primaries after them. I'm gonna make you come to me. I'm gonna send my primaries after someone else. And now all of a sudden they're not as tanky and they're not as offensive. They're decent but not broken, which is good.
Right. Exactly. But I think again they do have some extra movement like with on the trail. They can get just about wherever they're going to want to, especially if they have some hunkers. I mean, I think they're an early pull, it's on the trail, move, maybe take cover, and now they have at least one, if not two, hunker tokens, especially if they're under Baylon. So it's like cool. They're going to be doing they can do quite a bit there, and that hunker is able to sit there and move them once they do get targeted by an attack. So they can, by their second time they activate, if they're not dead and waking back up, they're going to probably be able to do a lot, like something pretty exciting. But they don't dish out a lot of damage though either. Looking at their stance card, so they do have a range 5 attack, and they do have, of course, the melee attack. Both of those are 6 dice. And as the one thing to keep in mind is their defensive dice are pretty lackluster. 5 at melee, 4 at range. So if you can target these guys early with a range attack, they're probably going to go down. Their defensive expertise again is not that fantastic. 1 to 3 is going to get you a block and a crit to a strike, and then 4 plus is going to get you 2 blocks and a crit to a strike. But if they're only rolling 4 or 5 dice, you're probably not going to get to that 4 plus range very often on your expertise at all.
Yeah. I would just like to point out because we kind of glossed over Shin Hati's combat stance card because all three of these units have repositioned somewhere on their tree. Like
Right.
it is wild. And Shin Hati or Hati, whatever, how do you say it? Shin, she's got it on 1. These guys
Right.
have it on 3. So like they're all just gonna be bebopping around the table wherever they want to be. Oh my word!
Right. Yeah, I did kind of gloss over Shinati. Yeah, I mean, she does. I mean, the nice thing is she also does have 2 shoves. She has a shove on 2, shove on 4. She's, again, not doing a whole lot of damage on her side. Like most of she's going to do is 8 if she full trees, but she's interesting for sure. I think her biggest thing is like the kit that she brings on her card itself, not necessarily like the damage that she's doing, but she can dish out a little bit of damage for sure. Then going back to the assassin droids here, yeah, like you were saying, they're again their expertise even on their ranged and melee attack. 1 to 3 on range is 2 strikes. 4 plus is going to be just 1 crit. 1 to 2 on melee is going to be 2 strikes. 3 is a crit. 4 plus is a crit and a strike. They've been toned down. I mean, quite a bit. I think this is where you would want to see your quote unquote 3-point cost units be. And they only have 4 steps down their tree to begin with a maximum damage that they can do of 5 damage each if they get the full tree. But yeah, like you said, it's interesting. If you go the top route with them, it's 2 shoves and a reposition. these guys are going to be all over the place when they are alive.
Oh, yeah, and either way you go with their tree, they do 5 damage. So, I mean, like hunting primaries, getting 8 dice, 5 damage, double attack. I mean, that could take down quite a few primaries from full. Now will they get full tree? Who knows? But it's only 4 steps. I mean, it's wild.
Yeah, I mean, especially when you're rolling 8 dice, 4 steps on 8 dice is pretty. It is not is not to be unexpected, but your primaries are also rolling more dice too. So, but still, going 3 down the tree into any attack is 2 to 3 down the tree. I mean, that's 2 shoves. So you're definitely, even if they have steadfast, you're at least shoving them once. So it's going to be interesting. Or you're exposing them for a future attack too.
Yep.
So yeah, I mean, overall interesting unit. I mean, and the box itself is pretty interesting. I mean, looking at this though, I mean, I don't know about you, but looking at the box, the first thing I think of is putting these guys with the Mandalorian, and having him there. I mean, because he can reposition and give all of them. Well, except for I think except for the droids, yeah, because they don't have scoundrel. But he can reposition and give Shin, Hati, and Baylon Skull a on his revenge trigger, can give them both hunker tokens.
It's pretty wild. This box, I'm just it's gonna be nuts. And wait, I'm checking. Oh no, it's Bounty Hunter, Mandalorian, and Scoundrel. Okay, no Mercenary.
Right.
Man, okay,
Nope.
okay. All right. I was just like, I know there's 3 things, but it's Mandalorian, Scoundrel, and what? It was Bounty Hunter. That's right. Okay.
Right.
Well, so you're saying Mandalorian, which I do agree with. What I think everybody keeps thinking about is Cad Bane and Shaak Ti, because you get does Shin Hati, is it primary force user or just force? No, another allied force user.
Just force user.
So
yeah. So she could.
Yep. You're seeing where I'm going. It's
Oh,
nuts.
absolutely. Oh yeah, no, I mean, because that puts 2 force users in there, because I think that's the biggest problem that you're gonna run into is you want to have as many force users as possible under her. Mandalorian, yeah, you definitely can't do that with the Mandalorian, but yeah, I think Cad Bane's a good call for sure there too.
It's just wild. Just like looking at different options we have for force users. I mean, we have everything from secondary Obi-Wan, secondary Luke. I mean, you have all of the Inquisitors. You've got Maul. You could put Maul in here and do some shenanigans with Maul if you wanted to. Like, you've got of course, all of the various Jedi. Like this. This is gonna be interesting to see unlock the full potential of this box.
Oh, without a doubt. I mean, and there's also, I mean, you could also go other ways. I mean, if you're worried, just if you wanted force user tags, I mean, there's always, there's Obi-Wan Kenobi out of hiding, so Obi-2, like you said, Luke. You could go the Empire way and have Vader 3 somewhere in there too, if you wanted to go Empire. So I mean, that's a lot of other ways to sit there and trigger that. I mean, there's also, of course, if you wanted to have like Ezra in there and do like maybe have some specters or something like that. So a lot of really cool things that you can end up doing with Shin Hati for sure.
That's, oh my word, this is wild. Sorry, I'm thinking about Vader. Like, you know what I'm really glad about? Forget complaining about that Galactic Republic tag. At least Vader 1 is now blocked by tags, because can you imagine this box with pre-errata Vader 1? That would be a monster. Oh, yeah. No, more of a monster. It would be an eldritch horror. That's where we're at.
Right. I mean, and the other thing is, like, okay, let's say you wanted to go Empire, maybe you throw in a 4th brother or 5th brother, 4th sister, or something like that too. Now you have other ones that they can play under, on the other side of the board too. So there's a lot of things that there's a lot of fun list building you can do with this box, with the other squad that you're bringing, and all sorts of different things available. So between Empire, Scoundrels, and stuff too.
Oh God, you could do Cad Bane, Shakti, Fifth Brother, and then you have a bunch of Force users and a bunch of display. I have no idea if that list would work. I have no clue. But what? Oh my.
Yeah, I don't think that'd
Unlike
be
more.
I don't think that'd be a great list, but that'd be fun.
Yes, yeah, no, that'd be wild. No, I'm like, unlike Morgan, who is very clearly coded into Empire, Baylon's like, I'll help you for the right price. We got
Right.
this.
Right, right. No, I'm excited. I'm excited to sit there and see what to do with this box. Like I said, there's like I think a lot of fun list building options for sure that you can sit there and play around with. But yeah, I mean it's so you're if what are you planning on getting this box? Are you more excited? I know you were kind of down on the Morgan box because you really wanted Dathomirians. What about this one? Are you down on this one as well, or are you feeling a little bit better about this one?
Okay, so here's my thing. I fully expect every Shatterpoint player in Arizona and the world to pick up this box and to have to play against Baylon and Shin Hati over and over and over. Because frankly, AMG knocked it out of the park. It looks like it's going to be a whole lot of fun. It's a flavor win. It's a lore win. They nailed it with this one. So I'm not going to complain about everyone wanting to play with this box when it releases. But I own. So after some of the sales and some other wheeling and dealing I've done, I picked up the CT, the crosshair box. So now I'm pretty sure the only box I'm actually missing to like have all of the models is the Veers box. Which, sorry guys, it makes sense. I don't play Empire that much, and Veers is about to get a glow up. It's fine. So, yes, am I going to pick up this box? Because, yeah, it's going to be awesome, and Baylon's going to be fun. The models look great. They're going to be fun to paint. The abilities look great. It's 10 out of 10. Like, oh no, Baylon's going to be awesome. We're so sad about that after what an amazing character he was in the show. But I don't want to play Baylon mirrors all day, so I'm probably going to be the one still trying out Morgan or trying out something to counter Baylon. I don't know what that would be. Mando, save me with your expertise. Oh wait, Shin's exposed you. There is no saving you, Mando. So, yes, I don't know, Todd. What do you think? You got to be picking up this box, right? I mean, it's too fun not to.
Oh yeah. I mean, especially because, like I said, I mean, I love playing Mando to begin with. So, and I think, and I'm gonna love putting this box just under a Mando build of some sort. So, yeah, I'm definitely. This is probably a day one pickup for me for sure.
It's just too good not to. It's gonna be too much fun. You know what? You know what I hope? All right. I don't know if you've listened to Rarely Reserve's latest episode about their trilogy format, because you famously have had a lot on your plate this week. Uh, but they're talking about a new format they want to try called the trilogy format, where basically you play with 3 squads instead of 2 simultaneously. And I might want to. Yeah, it's a lot. What they do is they do double activation. So you have 10 cards in your deck. You flip over 2 cards. I think you get to pick the order, but you get to activate, but then your opponent gets to activate. That's the difference. Still one Shatterpoint card, but you add 3 more cards to your deck and then do double activations. So it's kind of, it tries to speed it up a little bit, and you have to be careful because all the once per turn, the reactives and whatever, they're really once per turn, and you're doing a whole turn. So dropping an alternate format on you an hour into our episode. But bottom line, I might want to try that just so that I have some diversity in my life, because I fully suspect to be seeing a ton of Baylon plus Cad Bane, Baylon plus Mando, Baylon plus. Please stop putting Baylon on the table across from me. I know he's fun, but there are other models in the game. Because I don't think he's going to be broken. I think he's just going to be fun to play with and against. But at least it's not Boss and Cassian, right?
Right. But yeah, I mean, and keep in mind, I mean, like this will probably be coming out right about the time that we're going to see that the errata happen too. So I mean, even so, they said May. So even if it's 2 weeks from now, that's only going to be a week that's going to be out anyway. That probably at the worst case scenario, there'll be four errata. So yeah, I mean, it's are we probably replacing something with something else? Maybe, but we'll see.
I'm not. This, to be clear, this isn't me complaining. I am just predicting behavior. Not only is Baylon the new shiny, but he looks like he's gonna be a complete blast. So between the new shiny toys I want to play with, thing that gamers like to do, and the fact that this box looks like a knockout of the park, and the fact that he's very tag agnostic, I guess is the right word. The only thing you really need is a force user. In worst case scenario, you're probably running this box as is, so you're gonna have a force user. Like you could put him with you. Like, I don't even know if this is good or not. I know other people, go to the other podcasters if you want good lists. I'm just throwing stuff out here. You could play it with Obi-Wan, and then you have double hunker weirdness, because Obi-Wan, I know most of his effect cares about Galactic Republic, but there's a little bit in there that's like, just nah, you all of your units get this part of the effect too. I don't even remember what it is because I haven't played Obi-Wan in a minute, but you know what I mean. Like, this guy goes everywhere and it'll be fun. So don't listen to me being like, well, I don't know if I want to play Baylon because you're all playing Baylon. That's just because I know you're all going to be having fun with him. So it's going to be great.
Yeah, I know. I'm excited. Like I said, super excited to sit there and play with this and see what happens there. But yeah, I think that. I mean, do you have any other closing thoughts before we let this one go for the day?
Oh, I read Obi-Wan really fast. My closing thought is just, okay, maybe not Obi-Wan, because the only part is
No.
the only part of Obi-Wan's card is that they don't lose their hunkers when they get engaged. Everything else is Galactic Republic code. You know what? I don't care. Play Beard Bros anyway. Tell me if it works. Like, best
I don't think it's going
beards
to,
in the
man.
galaxy.
Yeah, I think there's just because of the fact that it's like you're not getting the benefit of the Galactic Republic hunkers that Obi does. I don't think it's like, if you're talking about General Obi-Wan Kenobi, correct?
Oh yeah,
Not
yeah,
Obi
yeah,
too.
yeah. I don't
Yeah.
know. I
I
don't know
just
if it's good, Todd. I just want to have fun.
Fair enough. Yeah, I don't see it personally, but hey, you know what? If you want to give it a shot, give it a shot. I'm sure it'll be pretty fun to sit there and try anyway. But yeah, so to close everything out, as always, want to thank all the listeners. You guys are awesome. Thank you very much for tuning in and listening to the ramblings of Todd and his pigeon. We enjoy talking all day long about Shatterpoint and different Star Wars things. Let's see. By the time this one comes out, oh, you know what I did want to say? By the time this comes out, like here locally in Arizona, there's going to be the planetary qualifier for Star Wars Unlimited. And I know we have a lot of people locally that are Shatterpoint and SWU players. So for those that are going to be playing in that event, good luck. Wish you all the luck on that one. Have fun throwing cardboard at one another. Hopefully you'll do well. I know that Austin will probably be there since he's really jumping into SWU full time and everything along those lines. So good luck to everybody that does that. Oh yes.
No, I'm just thinking about events. So because it's going to be here, faster than we expect, because time keeps happening. At the beginning of next month, assuming we get all the wrinkles ironed out, that's when we'll be having the end of the Arizona League tournament. So that's going to be happening. I don't think we put the Longshanks up because we're still finalizing details with Gamers Guild. But
yeah, it's good.
but
I got that confirmed. June 6th will be that event.
Oh.
So for sure on that Saturday. So yeah, I was able to confirm that today. Just haven't let you and Jared know yet. But yeah, definitely it'll be June 6th. We'll be doing that end of league event. I know on the weekend before that is going to be at Gamers Guild in Tempe. Matt Booker's running event down there as well, so that'll be a fun event there. So if you have a chance to, if you're locally to Arizona, definitely hit that one up as well. I know there's the New Jersey GT that's going to be happening as well. I wanted to give that event a shout out too, because that one's going to be pretty cool as well.
Yeah,
So
while you're
definitely, if
looking
you,
it up, I'll remind them too. We also have that team event at Green Banner Gaming at the end of June. So I know that's a little further out, but we've already got multiple teams signed up. Izzy, Bob, and I will be playing. So I'm looking forward to that. I think the team event's going to be a blast. And I'm gonna figure this out. I've got two more. I've got two more things for you. One, I'm gonna try and find a night to like do like a Star Wars meetup is what I'm gonna call it. Maybe not just Shatterpoint, but I'm thinking on
Mhm.
some upcoming Friday. I want to do like a well, once I've figured out how to play it, like a Legion, Shatterpoint, SWU. I don't know. You want to bring Imperial Assault? Does anybody still have that? X-wing Armada, whatever. I want to do like a Star Wars game meetup, so I haven't figured out what that's gonna look like. Like just a casual like we do on Wednesdays or what was happening in the past at Tempe on
Mhm.
Fridays. I just want to try to do something like that, so I'll post something about that later. And then, oh, my other idea. On a scale of 1 to the pigeon, will probably desperately need help, dear listeners. If you're local, might I interest you in helping me do highlights on terrain because I have like 5 different tables that need highlights done. So I promise to. I figure I could make a paint party, and I will pay you all in pizza, beer, or your beverage or food of choice if you're willing to help me do highlights on tables. Because I just realized it's almost June, and LVO is gonna be here like 5 minutes after June, right? Because that
And Aubrey
happens
can't sit
fast.
still long enough to actually paint terrain. So that's really what it is. Is Aubrey's just too ADHD to sit still and paint, and he wants you to come over and do it for him. No,
I'll
I know.
help. I'll help. I'll do it too.
Yeah, we just need to put a seat. We need to like tie you to the table so that you can't get away. Have you seen those videos with people that have a leash on them while they're doing the dishes and they walk away, but oh no, they're still attached to the leash and they can't walk away from it? That's what we have to do with you is like tie you to your seat so you can't walk away.
That's That's a great idea, Todd. Huh. I know I haven't seen those videos. I think I need that.
They're literally jokes, but it's like I can see that being needed for you just to keep you in one place so that you don't walk off and actually finish your task.
I have
So
I have 3 different tables where I've done like the highlights on like half the table, but the other half of the table's not done, and it's like
yep,
3 completely different sets. So,
yep,
this is an
I can see that.
entreaty to all of you, dear listeners. But now, Todd, you probably have had enough time. What's the timing on the New
Yep.
Jersey one?
So the New Jersey one, that's actually going to be the same weekend that we're doing our local event. So May 30th, and actually Matt Serrano, the Damio Matt from Rogue Support, is one of the judges for that. It's at Top Deck Games there in New Jersey in Cherry Hill. So if you are in that side of the country, I mean, Matt always puts on a fantastic event. I mean, I've
Yeah,
seen some of the stuff that he's been printing off and some of the prize support that he has. I know it looks like right now he's only got 6 people
it's
signed up.
phenomenal.
I would highly recommend, yeah, I would highly recommend going to any of his events because he runs fantastic events. So definitely go and hit those up. But I think that kind of rounds out all the events that were like in rattling around in my brain that I wanted to talk about for sure.
Yeah.
So yeah,
If we,
definitely want
if
to
we
thank
forgot
everybody.
it, sorry.
Yep, yep. I mean, we try and promote what we can in the discords and stuff like that. But yeah, definitely go and hit up those events. But like I was saying, I definitely thank all of our listeners for tuning in. If you do want to support us, you can definitely do so by becoming a patron for as little as $1 a month. You can follow the link below, and that kind of will get you there. And it helps us just do the things that we do, such as running events and things along those lines that we like to do. And it helps us, helps us pay the bills, keep all the different things that we need to do to increase quality and stuff like that. If you watch us on, some of the stuff that we did at Adepticon, it helped us for getting new cameras and new microphones and things along
Yeah.
those lines because that definitely helps out. If not, if that's not for you, definitely can support us just by rating and reviewing the podcast on whatever podcast platform you're listening to us on, or if you're watching us on the YouTube, like, subscribe, leave a comment, let us know what you're thinking. We definitely appreciate that as well. But other than that, as always, thanks again for listening. And we need more scum and villainy like Baylon in this world. That's what we need.
Impatience for victory will guarantee defeat.